takeaways from this first weekend of games? And what will be the focus of this week's practices?
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from this weekend is the fact that our kids are resilient and they never give up. Obviously, Friday wasn't the best day for us, and our message as a coaching staff to our team was it wasn't about, after those 2 games, it was more about, okay, how are we going to rebound? How are we going to bounce back on Saturday? And I was so proud of our kids for coming out and competing as hard as they did on Saturday. And with yesterday's game, obviously it was pretty exciting. Seemed like every inning. But, I love the way that they grinded it out. And it was kind of a back and forth type game. And they just never quit, which was awesome. So, again, the biggest takeaway is that our kids they're fighters. They played with a lot of energy. And I'm just proud of the way they just continue to bounce back, which is going to be, that's going to be a key intangible that we're going to need throughout the course of the year. As far as practice this week, today we do have practice, and we're going to work on some of the things that we saw this past weekend as a whole from an offensive and defensive standpoint that we need to work on as a team. So that's the focus today. Tomorrow's an off day, and then starting on Wednesday, we'll start focusing on this coming weekend.
With some of the pitching struggles, how critical were the contributions of the offense this weekend?
So in our game, regardless of the fields that we're playing at, we're always dealing with elements, whether it's the field, how the field plays, the weather, and things like that. And playing in the Dome this weekend, I think, definitely had an effect on the way we played, just overall from a defensive standpoint. The ball takes bounces that the ball doesn't normally take. We're hitting balls up in the top of the Dome, and it's a different type of game. So the pitching wasn't as good as maybe we would have liked it to have been, but also from a defensive standpoint, we need to clean things up to help out the pitching. And when it comes to pitching, we've got to have good pitching and we've got to have good defense. So I think just from a pitching standpoint and from a defensive standpoint, we've got to get better with both. I know our kids are going to come out today and they know that we have to do that, but they're going to come out today ready to go, ready to just work on the things that we saw that we needed to work on this weekend. So, defensively, just overall, the pitchings, we're going to get better in the circle, and we're going to get better and start making plays for our pitchers from a defensive standpoint.
Many of the team's newcomers, such as junior transfer Megan Wirtz and freshman Hannah Obrey, had strong debuts in Rosemont. What are your thoughts on their performances and what they mean to the team?
Yeah, obviously when you have newcomers that come to your program, you never really know what to expect. And I was very pleased with Megan Wirtz. She had an outstanding weekend. Her on-base percentage was high. She had a lot of timely hits. She led our team in RBIs this weekend. She stole a couple of bases. So very pleased with Megan. And as for Hannah, Hannah provides us both some power and speed, and she hit a home run this weekend that I think still might be going. But yeah, they did an excellent job, and Hannah has done a good job as well from a defensive standpoint. She's right now. Erin McCarver is working to get back on the field. She's had an injury, but so Hannah's done a great job, and she had some big shoes to fill. So I've been very pleased with where she's at, both offensively and defensively. But along with those two, I when you look at our numbers, our batting averages might not look that great, but our kids are producing and they're coming up in clutch situations. So along with Megan and Hannah, I was very pleased with several of our other players in the lineup, starting with Kat Lee. She came up yesterday with a huge hit. Riley Wispel also had a really good weekend, and she actually led our team in a batting average. She had 6 walks, so she's definitely doing a great job for us. Lauren Anderson had some timely hits as well. So, it's nice to see some other kids in our lineup stepping up. I know Johnny Ann Wall and Mickey, who's, those are 2 of our go-to kids as well. And once they start getting their bats going, which I know and I'm 100% confident that that's going to happen this weekend for them, our lineup it's a pretty scary lineup. So just overall pleased with the production of our offense this weekend.
How important was Sunday's comeback victory, and what effect does that experience have on the team moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. And again, I kind of talked about this earlier, but, it was a back and forth kind of game. But I love the effort from our team. I love their energy level, and I love their competitiveness. And again, as I said earlier, the main takeaway from this weekend is that our kids are resilient, and they're never going to give up. And they definitely showed a lot of heart yesterday in that big win against Wisconsin Green Bay, who was a very scrappy team. So, yeah, it was a good weekend for us, and you always want to win more games, but overall, just pleased with how our team went out and competed this weekend.
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck this week.
Thank you.